So let's talk about Marketing Monday. Marketing Monday. So I'm going to do a little bit different today. What's going on, Doug Turner? Do a little bit different today because everything's going to play together. So bear with me while I do this. So Marketing Monday is a weekly segment in the Marketing Mafia. Marketing Monday's purpose is to give you actionable marketing and sales related items to go make money today. That's the purpose of Marketing Monday. So today I want to talk about promotion. And you should be promoting your business all the time, right? I think Doug Turner maybe was the one that posted, hey, Chris, what's happening, brother? Doug Turner was the one that posted the meme that said something about you're either selling your business or you're buying it, right? And again, I'm using the Geiman version. That wasn't exactly what he said, what it said, but that was the gist of it. Every day, you're either selling your business or you're buying it, and so means can mean a lot of things, right? But what it really means is you're either working on selling your business to someone. You're either working on getting money from someone or you're giving money, right? And so today we want to talk about promotion and things that you can go do today to promote your business. So the easiest thing for a business owner to do to promote their business, number one, is to come up with an elevator speech. An elevator speech, and I've talked about this many times in the Mafia. I've talked about this many times, having an effective elevator speech. So today we're going to go step by step on what we need to do to have an effective elevator speech. And then I'm going to tell you what to do with that elevator speech to be successful. So studies show you get a person's attention for about 10 seconds when you first meet them. You have to increase attention by having an effective elevator speech. So what is an effective elevator speech? Well, to craft the perfect elevator speech, you have to start by identifying your goal. It always starts with the end. Always starts with the end. What is my goal? So I'm going to go over what our elevator speech is once we get through this, so you can kind of determine, okay, what do I need to do to craft a good elevator speech? Because look, today has 3 parts, and the elevator speech is just the first part. So craft the perfect elevator speech, and you start by, what is my goal? Well, like my goal is to find customers. Hopefully that's your goal too. So identify your goal. Then we're going to work on explaining what it is we do in our elevator speech. And remember, think help. We're helping, right? Not, I got shiny new equipment. I'm awesome. I'm the greatest, right? You probably are awesome. You probably are the greatest, but your customer doesn't care. You probably use the best equipment that there is, but your customer doesn't care. What does your customer care about? That's what we want to explain to them what we do. Then we want to communicate our unique selling position. What separates our cleaning company in Greater Cincinnati is ease of use. It's easy. It is easy to do business with us. We make it simple. And 90% of our customers feel that way. They believe it. And they tell us that. We know that not only do we provide great service, but we make it easy for our customers to do business with us. Then once we've explained what we do, once we've communicated our unique selling position, we finish with a question. Because all sales and all marketing is about spurring thought, gaining interest and spurring thought. Okay? So I'm going to talk about Geiman Media Group's elevator speech. If you catch me in an elevator and I got 10 floors and you say, man, what is it that you do? I'm going to tell you this. I help small businesses dominate, and I'm going to say it like that, and my wife's going to love it. I help small businesses dominate their market We optimize online search and we utilize automated follow-up to maximize customer acquisition and lead generation. If we don't produce, you fire us. We don't work off contracts or agreements. That's my unique selling position. I just had someone tell me today, I don't know why anybody wouldn't hire you. Well, I do, because people are afraid to take risk, right? That's why they wouldn't hire us. But it's easy to hire me and it's easy to fire me. I don't want to make it hard to fire me, because if I'm not doing my job, kick me to the curb. That's how you know we're going to work. We're going to work when you hire us, right? If we don't produce, you fire us. We don't work off contracts or agreements. And then my question is, everybody should already know this question. Are you ready to dominate your market? That's my elevator speech. So I've said what it is that I do, keeping help in mind, right? What it is that I do. Then I've provided my or communicated my unique selling position, and then I finished with a question. So I'm going to put it all together real quick for you so that you can craft your elevator speech. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the comments. And we're not going to fail today and end the broadcast. At least I hope not. Myself and Facebook Live, man, has been a challenge lately. So it's in the comments. I'm going to tell it to you real quick. Hey, Gary, what is it that you do? Well, hey, man, I help small businesses dominate their market. We optimize online search and utilize automated follow-up to maximize customer acquisition and lead generation. If we don't produce, you fire us, because we don't work off contracts or agreements. Are you ready to dominate your market? And so you got your elevator speech, right? You need to write that elevator speech today. When we get off of this Marketing Monday, you need to write the elevator speech today, because I'm going to give you some homework. And that homework is going to help you dominate your market. So, Gary, I got my elevator speech. What do I do with this? Well, we are going to use it, and we're going to put ourselves in 5 situations this week to use it. One every day. And here's how we're going to put ourselves in situations. If you belong to a BNI group or some type of networking group and you meet weekly, there's one situation. If you don't, I'm going to still give you some options, right? Pull up MLS listings in your area, because everybody here typically is in home services. Somehow, some way, you're in home services. So pull up MLS listings and look for open houses in your market. Pick 1 or 2 and drop in on an open house. Take something with you to give to that realtor or whoever is working that open house. Next, go to the local donut shop, because, hey, fat people love donuts, right? Go to a local donut shop, buy a dozen of donuts, go to the realtor office, take some information with you, and drop off the donuts and the information. Next, pick your favorite property management office or 2 and buy lunch for them. Buy a freaking pizza, right? I mean, spend $10, $15. But take it, drop it off, and then when they say, who are you? Why are you doing this? Are you trying to kill us with your food? No, I'm not trying to kill you. Here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bloop, 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 and then end with the question. Craft an effective elevator speech. If you need help, look, Google will tell you how to craft a good elevator speech. I gave you what mine looks like, but if you need additional help, hop on Google. Google will help you. But put yourself in 5 situations this week to use it. And here's what we want to do. Every day this week, either myself or one of my moderators, whoever comes up with it first each day, is going to post in the group and ask, hey, what situation did you get into this week to use your elevator speech? And in fact, in the comments here, what I want you to do is I want you to post what your elevator speech is. So A, put your elevator speech in the comments once you get it. B, every day we're going to ask, hey, what situation did you get into this week to use your elevator speech? And tell us what you did to do that, right? So we're going to craft an elevator speech. We're going to put ourselves in 5 situations this week to use that elevator speech. And, I'm saying, buy donuts, buy lunch, whatever. You don't even have to do that. Just go put yourself in the situation. Go put yourself in the situation, right? Putting yourself in the situation is the action. And if you haven't gotten the gist of what I'm about right now is I'm about action. I'm Action Jackson, okay? We have to do action. And that action will spur results. Now, we might have to refine our action as we continually do action, right? It might not be perfect every time, but doing the action is better than not doing the action. Then we can work on perfecting it. Any type of marketing is better than not doing the marketing. You just have to work on perfecting it. Now, there's bad marketing and there's good marketing. The goal is you pay attention enough in the marketing mafia, you do good stuff. You do good stuff. Charles, I'm going to count on you to help me hold these people accountable as well. Charles, Chris, Rob, I know Jamie's traveling this week. If he gets a chance, Salvatore, we're going to hold everybody accountable. We're going to hold you accountable. Look, you didn't join this group just because it had a cool name, right? That's not why you joined this group. You joined this group because you want to grow your business. You have a dream. You have a dream that you want to achieve. You have a goal. You have a purpose. That's why you joined this group. So to step into that dream, to step into that person, or to that purpose, you're going to have to do some work. You're going to have to do some action. All right? You're going to have to do some work. Nobody ever did business and said, man, I didn't have to do any work to make this happen. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to do any work to make this happen. It just happened. I was reading a story about Bill Gates today. Bill Gates' parents wanted him to be a lawyer. That's why he was at Harvard. He was at Harvard to be a lawyer, but he didn't want to be a lawyer. He wanted to write code, and that's what he did. In fact, when he was in high school, he wanted to write code so much that his teachers would excuse him from his advanced classes because he would get that work done in like 10% of the class time, and then the rest 90%, he'd write code. Boring code. If you've ever watched somebody code, it is boring. Boring. But that's all he wanted to do was code. His parents sent him to Harvard because his dad's a successful lawyer. Parents sent him to Harvard, and I don't want to be a lawyer. I want to write code. I mean, nobody wakes up in the morning, I want to write code, right? Unless you have a purpose, unless you have a dream. And his dream was that his software would be on 90% of all computers. And he released Windows 1.0, and it was a flop. Windows 1.0 was a flop. Now, I want you to think about the programs that are on your desktop, if you still have a desktop. I do. Although I use my phone probably 60% of the time. At work, I'm on my desktop all the time. I don't have a PC. I have a Mac, but I still have Microsoft products on my Mac. Word, Excel, and other ones. Word and Excel weren't on Windows 1.0. So he goes back to the drawing board because he wants his software to be on 90% of computers. And he busts his butt, and he codes, and he codes, and he codes, and he releases Windows 2.0, and he releases Windows 2.0 with Word and Excel. And they talked about the hours and hours and hours that he put into writing code. 16 hours at a minimum per day. 16 hours at a minimum per day. Now, I don't know about you guys, but the only thing that I could do for 16 hours a day is sleep. I mean, I'm motivated and I'm driven, but there's not much I could do for 16 hours. There's been time when I've worked 16 hours straight, don't get me wrong, but this guy did it at a minimum every single day, 16 hours a day. Some days it would be 18 hours. Some days it would be 20 hours. Bill Gates wanted his purpose. He wanted his dream. And what happens to us is we'll write our elevator speech. We'll go and put ourselves in one situation. We'll be, man, Gary was on fire today in the marketing mafia. He was just like, man, he was punching the champion. He was sparring with the champ, and he was giving him some blows. And man, I'm motivated to write my elevator speech. I'm motivated to write my elevator speech. And then you go and you have one situation that you put yourself into to go use that elevator speech, and you flop and you don't do good. And it's not how it turned out. You don't get anybody's information. No one gives you an opportunity to give them a quote. Man, I failed. And what do? We forget about how motivated we were at 10:48 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday, and we were going to write that elevator speech. Man, we're going to go hit 5 situations this week to use our elevator speech, because the first time we did it, we got popped in the mouth, and we just went back to our car and decided it doesn't work. You're right. It doesn't work by itself. It takes action. It takes you putting your feet on the ground and going and putting yourself into situations. Because, see, the exercise isn't writing the elevator speech, because that's going to be easy. That's going to be easy. We're going to be able to put 5 or 6 sentences together. Boom. Right? I see Kevin Johnson. He's got part of his elevator speech. He just got to add a question. He's got part of it. I like it. He needs to add his question. I'd work on my unique selling position. But he did it. But he put it in the comments. He did it. Now he just needs to improve it. That's all. He's doing it. Now Kevin has his elevator speech. What's he need to do? He needs to put boots on the ground and put himself into 5 situations this week to use that elevator speech. But where are we gonna miss this? Where are we gonna miss this? I tell you where we're gonna miss it. When we get popped in the mouth, one time, or we get popped in the mouth on the second day, or kids got to be picked up from soccer practice, or kids have to do this, kids have to do that. It's the 4th, 5th day. I've only done it once. Oh, crap. I didn't do it. And you got Charles or Chris or Sal or Rob or Gary. Hey, did you do your work? Did you put the work in? Man, I want to be successful. I want to do 100,000 this year. I want to do $500,000 this year. I want to do $1 million this year. I don't want to do that work though. I don't want to be Bill Gates and put in 16 hours minimum. I don't want to do that. I don't like going into places where I'm uncomfortable. I don't like doing that. I don't like, Gary, man, you're good at talking. I'm not good at talking. Bro, let me tell you something. I am a classic extroverted introvert. I'm not all about the slapping hands and kissing babies and all that. I mean, that's not how I roll. I mean, I do this because it is my job to be up, and it's my job to be motivated. That's what you got to do. Like, it's your job to evangelize your company. I don't care what it is you do. If you clean toilets, if you clean carpets, if you clean roofs, if you cut trees down, if you cut grass, if you make bugs go away, whatever it is you do, you have to evangelize that to get people interested to want to do business with you. It's part of that AIDA, attention, interest, decision, action. A customer's not going to just be ready to do business with you because you got a pretty looking website, or your business card looks good, or man, that logo is off the chain. No one is going to do business with you because your business card is suave. Never, ever, ever is that going to happen. They're going to do business with you because you have gotten their attention, you've pulled their interest to where they're making a decision and they're acting on wanting to use your service. So write the elevator speech, put it in the comments, then go find 5 situations this week to talk to people. You could have lunch every single day at a different place and talk to the manager at that restaurant, and probably the restaurant has almost every service that we do in here. And I just gave you a way to be put in 5 situations, and you didn't do anything different than you do every single day. When we first started out, my brother always had business cards with him, and it didn't matter where he ate. And we do not like, first of all, we don't do hood cleaning. I'm not big on maintenance cleaning for restaurants and stuff like that because they don't want to pay. But I mean, he was like a determined individual to go get cash, and he would make sure that he talked to every manager when he ate, and they would get his card. And we quoted things. Now, we quoted things based on the business that we wanted, and you should too. I'm not telling you to do something that you don't do, but I'm telling you to take action. Put yourself in a situation to where you have to use that elevator speech that you're putting in the comments, right? So that's 2. That's 2. Write an elevator speech. Put yourself in 5 situations. Look, spring is around the corner. Spring is springing. Spring is springing. So we got to do action now. We got to do action now. So I'm going to give you one more thing to do this week to make some money. Because what did I tell you? What did I tell you? Marketing Monday is a weekly segment in the Marketing Mafia. Marketing Monday's purpose is to give you actionable marketing and sales related items to go make money next month, to go make money next year, to plan to make money in a couple months. After I get everything together, then I'm going to put it into action, and then I'm going to start making some money. No, today, make money today. We're going to put this stuff into action today to make money today. That's what Marketing Mondays is for. It's not a cute little segment that I decided I'm gonna call it Marketing Monday because it's an M and an M, and man, I'm a freaking genius. No, I'm sure somebody else is doing it too. And as soon as they find out I'm doing it, they're going to say, man, you stole my idea. That's fine. Who cares? The point is this: actionable items that you can use today to make money today, right? So craft an elevator speech, 5 situations this week. Here's the final one. I want you to pull out your customer list. I want you to find 3 customers for every day this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're going to add Saturday into it. I'm going to let you rest on Sunday. 6 times 3 is 18. That's how many customers you need, right? 6 times 3 is 18. That's how many customers you need. I want you to pick the ones that spent some money with you. I don't want you to pick the ones that paid you $100 to do something. I want you to spend the ones that spent top of the dollar. Like our average is $500, but I got customers that spent $3, $4, $5, $6 grand with us last year. Those are the people I want you to pull out. I want you to pull out 18 of those people, right? If your average is $100, then I want you to find the people that paid you $500. If your average is $500, I want you to find the people that paid you $1,500. I want 18 of them, 3 every day, 3 every day, and I want you to call them. Telephone, okay? I want you to call them. Now, if you get your voicemail, I want you to text them because you should have their cell phone number. And if you don't have their cell phone number, what I want you to do is I want you to smack yourself upside the head, and then I want you to start asking for cell phone numbers, right? If you don't have their cell phone number, then you better have their email address so you can email them. But I want you to call them first. I want you to call them. If you get the voicemail, hey, this is Gary with Pressure Wash Cincinnati. Give me a call back when you get a chance. Leave your number. We're not trying to sell anything on the voicemail. Voicemail is not a salesman. Then we're going to text them if they don't answer. We're going to text them. But if they do answer, we're going to say, hey, working on the business this year and trying to improve. And I have a survey that I was hoping you could complete for me. It's 3 questions. Won't take but 3 minutes of your time. I have 3 questions. Okay. And I'm going to put what these 3 questions are in the comments so that you have these 3 questions. And I'm not going to hit end broadcast, even though it's right there looking at me all sexy and stuff in red. I'm not going to hit it. We're going to say, hey, I have 3 questions. What made you choose my company? What made you choose my company? Was the service performed above your expectations? If they say no, you know you got stuff to work on. This is actionable stuff in your company. Look, We got 100 reviews last year on one of our locations. 100 reviews on one of our locations. 5 of those were bad. 5 of those 100 were bad. So you know what we did with those bad reviews? They're on our Google reviews. They're there. They're there. It's a reminder for us to do better. Now, one of them was BS, whatever. But 4 of them were legitimate. 4 of them were the miscommunication on our part. We failed. And so if someone tells you failed, it's fine. Figure out how to improve, be better. It's not the end of the world. And then the third question, would you use our company again? Yes is the answer we're looking for. If they say no, we want to find out why. We want to improve it. If they say yes, say great. I got time on my schedule next week. See where I'm going with this? If they say yes and they don't need you for anything, just say great. Here's a list of the services we provide. Obviously, we want to list all the services that we do. And even if you did all the services for them, list all the services that you do. And then you say, do you know someone who would need our services right now? Oh, I'm being aggressive here. Being aggressive. Yeah, but Gary, I can't talk on the phone. Well, you can't talk on the phone? Why? How do you own a business then? You can't talk on the phone. Don't be telling me that. Can't talk on the phone. Yeah, but Gary, I'm not good at writing. I'm just not good at it. I'm not comfortable doing it. What do you mean you're not comfortable? It's how you make money. It's how you make money. Get comfortable. Get comfortable. It's none of this, I'm not good at it. Come on. We're going to make ourselves good at it by practicing. It's February. What better time to practice than in February? Because if I get you doing this in February and you start doing it in March, in April, you get to come back and tell us how you're having a $40,000 month or an $80,000 month or a $150,000 month, because this is what you have to do to get to those next levels in your business. I hear people all the time tell me, man, we want to do what you do. We want our business to be like yours. Okay. And that's doable. We're not special. But what makes us different is we bust our hump on things that are uncomfortable. We do things that are uncomfortable. We make sure that we're contacting people constantly. It's not comfortable to ask the customer if they were satisfied. Not comfortable because they could say no. It's not the end of the world, though. What if they say yes? Look, you call 3 customers and 2 of them say they're not happy and 1 does. Guess what? You got 1 potential referral source. That's if you're only 33% good. If you're 66% good, you got 2 referral sources. If you're 100% good, you got 3 referral sources for that day. Times it by 6, 18. If you made 18 phone calls this week, let's say each phone call took you 5 minutes. That's an hour and a half of your time. It's an hour and a half of your time. An hour and a half. Hour and a half of your time. And if you generate one customer, hour and a half of your time, it's probably the best use of your time all week. Probably. Now, I'm not speaking for everything. I'm not speaking for everybody, but probably the best use of your time all week. I don't care if you're not comfortable, get comfortable. Pick the phone up, make the calls. I've had probably 1,000 salespeople work for me in my career. And the biggest problem where most of those salespeople failed, because they were all phone, they all had to use the phone at some point in their life. The biggest reason why they failed in sales was called call reluctance. They didn't want to make that call. But the ones who made the call, even though they might have sucked at selling, were more successful than the people that did make the call. Why? Because they did it. They put their butt in action to be successful. So after you do this is a list of the services we provide. You know someone who needs our services right now. If they say no, say great. Here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow up with a text or an email, depending upon what you have. If you have one, get the other. If you don't have either, get both. And then later this week, send them out a text. 7 days later, send them out an email. Should be the same thing. Hey, thanks for participating in the survey. Appreciate your feedback. Again, Who do you know that needs our services right now? Shoot me their name and number, and I will be happy to take care of them. Ask. They're not going to give it to you if you don't ask. People don't like to give me phone numbers or emails. It's private. Okay. Just because you're afraid to ask. Quit being afraid. Are you afraid to make money? Don't be afraid. So let's recap. Write your elevator speech. 5 to 6 sentences. We want to explain what we do. Think help. Help, 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 help. Communicate our unique selling position and finish with a question. Ask them to buy. Remember, mine is, it's in the comments. I help small businesses dominate their market. We optimize online search and utilize automated follow-up to maximize customer acquisition and lead generation. If we don't produce, then you fire us. We don't work off contracts or agreements. Are you ready to dominate your market? That's my elevator speech. That is my elevator speech. And if you say to yourself, you're not gonna say it like that. The heck I ain't, man. I want money. I want to get paid. I'm not looking to get in the government cheese line. I want to get paid. So I'm gonna be excited, aggressive, whatever I have to do to get someone to give me their credit card number so I can put their money into my bank account. I like eating steak. I like driving vehicles. I don't like public transportation. I like wearing clothes. I like all those things. And in order to have all those things, I got to get paid. I have to get paid. So I'm willing to do what I have to do to get paid. If it's being a little excited, if it's being a little aggressive, if it's being a little motivated, I'm going to get paid. Get paid. So, second, elevator speech. Number 2, put yourself in 5 situations. Myself, moderators, make sure we're on top of everyone to be in 5 situations. Here's a couple options of situations you can put yourself into. Drop in on open houses. Drop off donuts at a realtor office in the morning. Buy lunch for a property management office. When you go to lunch, take your card, speak to the manager. I just gave you multiple ways to get into 5 situations this week. Use your elevator speech in those situations. Make sure your elevator speech has a closing question. Are you ready to dominate your market? Are you ready to hire Kevin Bronson? Are you ready to hire the best tree trimming company in the area? Are you ready to hire the best tree trimmer in the area? Are you? Charles Wilson, are you ready to hire the best landscape lighting company in Houston? Are you? Are you? Chris Martinez, are you ready to love my clean windows? Are you? Close them down. Close them down. Finally, get 3 customers from last year for each day this week. 6 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 6 times 3, 18. Pick the ones that spent money with you. Don't pick the ones that didn't spend money. Pick the ones that spent some money. Tell them you have a survey. Call, text, email. Call first. Don't use the voicemail as a sales job because it is not. Ask them those 3 questions. I put them in the comments. What made them choose your company? Was the service performed above their expectations? Would they use your company again? If they say no to any or to the above expectations, or would they use you again? That's fine. Overcome it. Overcome it. They say yes, say great. What do you need me to do? What do you need me to do for you next week, this week, next month, whatever? Close them. After you've asked those questions, great. This is a list of the services we provide. Do you know of someone who needs our services right now? Get their name and phone number. Follow up with a text. 3 days later, follow up with an email 7 days after that. Stay on top of these 18. Stay on top of these 18. I just gave you about 3 to 4 hours worth of work this week. 3 to 4 hours worth of work this week. Keep in mind, Bill Gates worked at a minimum 16 hours a day to get out a product that we probably all use when his goal was to be on 90% of computers, 16 hours a day. I gave you 3 to 4 hours of work this week. Let's say I gave you 10. Say I gave you 10 hours of work this week. 10 hours. Bill Gates worked 16 hours a day at a minimum. There's a reason why him, Jeff Bezos, and Warren Buffett all bounce around as the most wealthiest person in the world. There's a reason. There's a reason why he's willing to put in the work. There wasn't going to be anything that stopped him from getting to his purpose. So don't let anything stop you from getting to your purpose. Everything needs to have your goal, your purpose in mind, and then get your butt there. How are you going to do it? You're going to walk towards it. You're going to make it happen. It's Marketing Mondays in the Marketing Mafia. Let's dominate, baby.